Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 17 Crew Mode with Southampton. As you might be able to tell, we do have an upgrade on the apparel we will be wearing for today's episode, and I am ready to rock this kit with pride for every single episode. We will be pushing on in the January transfer window in today's episode, and it should make for a good one, hopefully making our first permanent signing in this transfer window and looking to improve the team. If you guys do go on to enjoy today's episode, make sure you drop a like down below, but let's push on with the press conference before we get into the transfers. You know, with the injury of Cedric, there has been a point of concern with our fullback situation, and I feel like I've addressed this partially by promoting one of our Youth Academy fullbacks in the case that we do need to call upon him in one of those cup games or one of those weeks where we have a ton of fixtures, but I want to be very cautious in the transfers I do make. I was thinking about bringing in a replacement fullback during this transfer window, but you know, we've already seen by the transfers we have made, it's incredibly difficult to break into the Southampton side, and I don't want to sign players and not end up using them, so I think for now, I'm going to hold off on signing another fullback. The one signing I do plan on making for sure is that target man striker, and it looks like Sebastian Haller will be that guy as long as the contract negotiations do go through. He will be our main signing during January, and I may look to change up the formation a little bit to suit his playstyle. I think J. Rodriguez will still be our starting striker because why not? He's been bagging in goals and it would be silly to put him on the bench, but if we do need to change up the formation according to Haller's needs, then I'm open to doing so. I know it's a short press conference today, but we do have a long episode ahead with the transfers as well as the gameplay. But if you guys do have more questions that you would like me to answer in future press conferences, go ahead and drop that in the comment section below, but let's push on with the episode. We did leave off the previous episode with this game in the EFL Cup semi-final against Swansea City. There are two legs to this competition, so we'll play Swansea on the 10th as well as the 24th in the Cup, and then we will play them on the 31st in the league. So a lot of matches against Swansea in January, but I want to knock out a couple of matches in today's episode. We do have this game against Burnley. I have simulated against them in the past, but I think I will play this one and then likely simulate against Burton Albion. This is a replay because we did draw the previous time, so we're going to look to get a win here on the 18th. That allows us to push all the way up to the 24th and make some transfers in that time period. I left you guys with a pretty important decision at the end of the last episode having to do with Martin Braithwaite, and I already expressed my opinion on the matter. Usually I don't look to sell off players only half a season after adding them as a transfer, but for Martin Braithwaite, I feel like this is truly the best option. We could sell the likes of Shane Long, another striker, but the thing about him is that he's a squad rotational player. He doesn't really expect to be anything more for Southampton, whereas Martin Braithwaite, I believe I offered him either an important first team player or a crucial first team player. I don't see him ever being that for us if J. Rodriguez continues to play at the form he currently is on and with the addition of Sebastian Haller. So we're going to look to sell him, and if we were to sell him to Sampdoria, then I want to at least match the asking price that Liverpool are willing to give in $14.5 million. If they meet that, then we'll sell him to Sampdoria. Otherwise, we're going to sell off another Southampton player to Liverpool. I wasn't able to take care of a squad report in the last episode, so I wanted to take care of it right away at the start of this episode. And looking at some of our players, as we do promote some of these Youth Academy players, it'll be very intriguing to see how they do grow and what attributes they do grow. And I've heard that this year, for FIFA 17, the physical growth has been very promising, with some players even maxing out at 99 in a few of their attributes, which is just unheard of in previous FIFAs. You know, you'd see them get up to 98, but never up to 99. And I guess that's a big change for this year. But as we do close things out, we've got a couple of players who we have recalled from loan back to Southampton, notably Jake Hesketh, who had quite the debut for us in the last episode. Expectations have to be high for us in this game against Swansea City, and I think the fact that we've made it to the semi-final in the EFL Cup is an achievement on its own. I want to add some silverware to the Southampton trophy cabinet for this season. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to do it in the Premier League this season because we know how that result against Spurs went, but we can focus on the EFL Cup and look to do well as long as we do get a win here against Swansea City. We're using a largely first team because our second team was pretty tired, and we have a few of our Youth Academy players which we just promoted, Mamuepa and Cameron. So if we do have a dominant lead in this match, then I'll bring them on and look to move forward in achieving those Youth Academy objectives. In my opinion, if we're able to get through to the final of the EFL Cup, we'd have to be the favorites for the entire competition. Matching up against either Aston Villa or Crystal Palace, I would argue we've been the more dominant team, at least in this career mode. And looking at the Swansea team, we have a fair shot in this one. Yes, they have some good players, and yes, they have brought out a strong starting 11 for this match. Also starting Nathan Dyer, who is on his way to us here at Southampton starting next season. So this will be an interesting dynamic for this game.
On the attack here.
Southampton applying the pressure. It's Sigurdsson to find Borja. And there are the sliders coming into play, guys. It improves the CPU finishing. And what a hit by Borja. A guy that I was actually looking at picking up in January. We'll have to take a look at this replay once again. Just a nice 1-2 play. He has a hit, and there is no way McCarthy's going to save that. There's not much you can say about a CPU goal like that. All you can really look to do is answer right away with a goal of your own. And Hellberg trying to help the cause by laying it off to Nathan Redmond. Running it down the left wing. He's kind of adjusted and now looking to play it centrally to Jay Rodriguez. He turns the defender, and that'll be a free kick just outside the area. In all honesty, my direct free kicks haven't been the best. I see that hole on the left side of the line, but I'm going to do a layoff pass and hope that one of our players can come in. Actually, it's Hellberg finding James Ward-Prowse, and that just about worked. Here's Nathan Redmond. Running it down the wing, and we'll use the Berber spin and cut inside. Getting by a few of the Swansea defenders. Has the sweat in the middle. It's Jay Rodriguez, who should have shot, but he backed away from it. Now Jordi Claessy might as well have a hit. And looking to answer with a goal of our own, but Fabianski, easy save for him. Here we go on the attack once again. I wouldn't say we've been the worst side in this first 42 minutes, but Swansea have the advantage. We'll look to do the layoff pass to find Buffal. And now just gets by a couple of Swansea defenders shooting that one, and we get the equalizer. It's Sofiane Buffal, who once again, whenever we are struggling, he manages to score a goal, and he does it again here. Nothing really complex about this goal, just some simple passing play and relying on the skill of Buffal to get the job done. Before that Buffal goal, just a few minutes ago, I mentioned that we weren't playing poorly, and the stats really do show that. 4 shots, 4 on target, and 53% of the possession. Usually, we do lack those shot opportunities. That hasn't been the case today. It's really just been a matter of finishing those chances. It'll be a corner kick for us in the 58th minute. Set pieces have seemed to be the way to go, and we'll send it to the near post and hope that one of our strikers can get there. Jay Rodriguez didn't seem to have that commitment for the run, and now Nathan Dyer can collect. Swansea working it out of the back. Despite the current scoreline, I want to play aggressively in these last 20 minutes and look to walk away with a potential 2-1 aggregate lead as we get into our fixture at St. Mary's. So we'll make a few attacking-minded changes, bringing on Cameron, one of our Youth Academy players we just promoted, and subbing him on for Redmond. Along with that, I want to slot in Romeu at center defensive mid for Jordi Claessy. And finally, I'll decide to bring on Shane Long in for Jay Rodriguez. This might be all it takes. Ward-Prowse with the chance and looking to find Shane Long. If he can use his pace, he can get by this final Swansea defender. Cutting it back inside, getting dragged from behind, and just a finesse shot from this kind of position. Fabianski, what a save. In the last episode, Shane Long were burying those kind of chances. He got 2 finesse shots in one of the games, and he needs to do better there. Redmond. Now finding Ward-Prowse, has the pass in the middle. It has to be Shane Long to finish this one, and it's in the back of the net. The super substitute, Shane Long, gets another one in this game, and it looks, as long as things stay the way as they currently are, we'll be going in with an aggregate lead to the fixture at St. Mary's. And that's another reason I don't want to sell off Shane Long. He's just that super sub, and he might not be the highest rated player, but he is quality. That's a big tackle by PA. And he has the support in Cameron, making the run on the right. And that's what I want to see from our youth players, showing that they're willing to put in the grit and the time and effort on the pitch to get us the result we're looking for. Fabianski, another save. Fair play to us. We put up the statistics that usually get you the results you're looking for, and courtesy of a goal from Shane Long at the end, we were rewarded. Ward-Prowse picking up a 9.4 rating, and Long picking up an 8.1 coming off the bench. Well, here you have it. Right after that game against Swansea, the contract negotiations with Sebastian Haller did go through, and he'll be our first signing during this January transfer window, and I think he'll be a great signing. He cost a decent amount of money with 13 million, but his wages are a bit lower, so I think this is a great long-term investment for a player that's only 22 years old. Stats-wise, Haller has some incredible stats. He's a perfect combination of pace and strength, as well as aerial heading ability. Looking at some of his statistics, 6'3", medium-low work rates, 3-star weak foot, and 3-star skill moves. Does have the strength and target forward trait. We have word back from Sampdoria, and they have no interest in paying up 14.5 million for Martin Braithwaite, and as such, have ended negotiations with us. So we'll be accepting that Liverpool offer for him and getting a decent amount of cash in the process. Our first monthly scouting update coming through from France, and once again, we will be looking for a physically strong player, and we'll see if we have any to add to our youth academy, which is already pretty full. Adrian Alfand will be our first player to add to the youth academy from France, and moving things along, we have a 66 to 92 that we will add to the Youth Academy, 73 to 94 that we will add, and finally a 72 to 94. Clear skies at Turf Moor as we take on Burnley in this one, and it will be a debut for our new signing, Sebastian Haller. We moved Jay Rodriguez to left wing, giving Buffal a little bit of rest, and then rotating the rest of the squad around with some other players. PA still in our starting 11 because Cedric is recovering from his injury. However, I do plan on bringing in our Youth Academy signing, Mamuepa, at some point in this match. Tactics for this game should be pretty straightforward, and even as the players get into their handshakes at the start of the match, we can see that Sebastian Haller is just a level above everyone else, and I plan on getting him a headed goal in this game. So far in this game, we have him hanging on to possession, but now we need to start getting some shots on target. We'll find Harrison Reed in the middle. Now to Romeo. Actually, it's Sally Uchan, who could look to have an effort going cross-body. And again, his finishing needs some work. And I'm not sure about the future for Sally Uchan at this team. If he doesn't pick up his play between now and the end of the season, I'll likely look to transfer him at the start of next season. Oh, here's Burnley on the counterattack all of a sudden. Gudmundsson now getting by a few of our defenders. Bamford could play it centrally, but instead he's going to look to do it on his own. Finally playing it centrally, and Barnes getting the first goal of the match, and Burnley strike first. It's been an interesting dynamic. You know, I feel like we've played well and we've had that hold-up play, but we haven't really tested Tom Heaton too much, and as such, Burnley get the first goal. Here's Haller once again, turning the defender and turning on the Jets, looking to try out some of his long shot ability. And man, oh man, has Sebastian Haller made his mark on this Southampton team, and what a first goal for him. One more look at the replay, using that strength to hold off the defender, and the cross-body OP shot, back at it again. I'm very happy about the statistics going to halftime. Just giving my initial thoughts on Sebastian Haller and what he's offered for the team so far. He offers a different style of play. We're able to pass the ball to our striker, hold up the play there, use his strength, and allow our wingers to push a little bit further forward and get them some goals as well. Here's Lloyd Isgrove with some decent space, playing it centrally, and Harrison Reed trying to outmuscle the Burnley defender, but they do get the interception and trying to get something going. They haven't done much of anything for these 25 minutes or so in the second half, and now it's Hendrick. Has the option out wide. He will play it out wide to a decent cross, and we'll have to deal with it. PA, not the best clearance, but luckily Fraser Forster able to collect. I'm going to take a moment to make some substitutions. For the last 18 minutes or so, stamina is a huge priority for me, so I'll be taking off the players that are dead tired, like PA, and we'll be substituting him off for Mamuepa, getting his first match as a Southampton player, and I'm excited to see what he can offer for the team. Along with him, we'll bring on Jake Hesketh at that center attacking mid position. He contributed a lot to his last performance, and I think he can do the same here. Finally, a couple substitutes that we can make, potentially bringing on Buffal, potentially bringing on Nathan Redmond. I'm going to be going with Redmond over Isgrove at right wing. It's a decent chance for us, and Jay Rodriguez has split the defense and trying to take him on his own. Could play it centrally, and it might be a brace for Sebastian Haller if he could just finish it. It's defended by the Burnley defender and cleared off the line and taken out in the process by Tom Heaton. But we're still on the attack. Jake Hesketh now. We'll see what he can do. It's going to be Romeo using a fake shot to get to the byline, crossing it in from here. That looked like a foul to me, but not enough to warrant an actual foul. One more chance for us to make our mark. Jake Hesketh leading the attack and getting by a few Burnley defenders. Playing it centrally. Now it's Sebastian Haller looking to square it across. Actually, he's just going to shoot it. And Sebastian Haller gets the winner late in the game. And we deserve this win today. And man, oh man, I couldn't be happier about this transfer we have made. His mark has already warranted his price tag. And that is full time for us. I would love to end the episode off right there, but we need to push forward a little bit with some more transfers, or at least further in the transfer window. Sebastian Haller, in his debut match for Southampton, he's gotten a 9.5 rating. Following that match, I wanted to switch up the trainings to promote the growth of some of our new players. First off, Mamuepa and Cameron getting some training time so that we can achieve that youth development objective. Sebastian Haller, we are working on his finishing. Same thing with Ward-Prowse and Jake Hesketh getting some training in his stamina as well as his dribbling ability. We'll be bringing out our second team for this replay in the FA Cup against the Burton Albion Brewers, and I'm expecting this team to get the result because we have some strong players in our starting 11, the likes of Ward-Prowse, Classy, and Hellberg holding down the midfield, and I think that'll allow some of our strikers to get goals in this one. And Shane Long is in fantastic form. Still scoreless though, up to the 42nd minute. Ward-Prowse does get that goal, and I kind of had a feeling he would contribute to this game. I'd love to add on a second. We have some big name substitutions being brought on, Buffal being brought on, and Grady ends up getting a result in the 73rd minute. Can we push on and get the win in extra time? Of course, because we already did the replay, we have to figure this one out in extra time or penalty kicks. It looks like it will go to penalty kicks, but no. Bertrand gets the 119th minute winner, and we walk out with a win. Another youth scouting report coming through from the United States, and we have a 71 to 94 potential player to add to the youth academy. Another Cameron, so that's going to start getting confusing really quickly. He also looks to be a winger, but this time maybe a left winger, so that helps things out a little bit. We'll sign him up to the youth academy, and we also have a 66 to 90 to add to the youth academy, Pierre Matis. It's time for our second leg in the EFL Cup against Swansea City. I'm going to save that for the next episode, but to close out the episode today, I want to give you an update on our board expectations, particularly the financial objectives. And you can see that we need to finish the season with 17 million in unspent allocated funds. We're currently on 22.8 million, so we have a little bit of leeway to make some final moves during this January transfer window. We also have to remember that we'll probably get some more money over the course of the season if we continue on advancing in the EuroLeague and the domestic cup. So if you guys have any transfer suggestions in mind that are around 4 to 5 million, then please leave those in the comment section, and that will wrap up the episode for today. If you have enjoyed this episode of the Southampton Career Mode, make sure you drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.